Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. This is the Christmas week edition because we're not going to have one before Christmas. This is it. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas. Yes. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. We love every single one of you. And we just hope that this holiday season, you are experiencing the joy of what it means and what it's about, and not just the stress of trying to find the best gifts, right? So give yourself some grace, have some self-care, and enjoy this holiday season. But welcome to this night's episode of hashtag TFR Motivation Monday. First of all, we want to make sure that you guys know that you can always go and check out our YouTube channel. It's Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube. Go find us there, subscribe, ding the bell, and ask for notifications so that every single time that we upload new content, whether it's these calls, whether it's someone else's training call, good content, that you get notified that we just uploaded it. So go and get subscribed and ring that bell.
Wow, we're talking about the 4 enemies of network marketing. Crazy to think about.
Well, you know what? It's like network marketing is one of those things that not everybody has done it. And if they have, if they're in a different company than the one they started in, then they maybe had some, you know, some one of these enemies come up against them, or
everyone does.
We all do. Every single one of us does. Absolutely. And so we just wanted to come to you this week and just give you some understanding of what you might be facing. And you may not have even realized this is what it is, but it could be what's holding you back from really progressing or going as fast as you want to.
Yeah. Most people are not prepared when they encounter these enemies, but everyone does. So maybe a better title of tonight's episode would be the 4 enemies of network marketing. And you'll see on the next couple slides, the 4 great enemies of network marketing, a proper expectation, because every single one of us goes through every single one of these 4 multiple times. And if we're not expecting it, it could be why it's called an enemy. Because one of the things about enemies of network marketing is they take people out. That's why there's more ex-network marketers than there are current network marketers, because in most of the situations, probably about 95% or more, they weren't prepared for or expecting these great enemies we're going to share with you. But every one of us has them. And if we are expecting them, they're much easier to deal with. And it's like, oh, that's what that looks like. And it's a much easier process. So they're very common, they're very prevalent, but most people aren't expecting them, which is why we wanted to share them with you guys.
Yeah, well, if you're aware of it, then you can be, like Dondi said, prepared for when it comes up, and potentially even be able to do like a Tai Chi movement with it.
Yes, great analogy.
To where instead of it sidelining you, that you can actually kind of become friends.
Yeah,
you can create a friendship in this enemy situation because of the awareness and deciding that you are going to be the overcomer.
Yeah. And when you're not expecting something, when somebody, so it's an offense defense kind of a situation. When somebody is offensive or you're playing defense because of someone else's offense, you're having to receive some of their power, right? Well, as Marcy said, in a Tai Chi situation, if you're expecting it, you take the power and you give it right back. You're actually playing offense because you're expecting the offense. That's one of the great things to be prepared for mentally about these 4 great enemies of network marketing. So the better prepared you are, the less likely they're going to affect you.
You know, and I love what you just said, and I'm going to put it right back to you a little bit, is it's like, you're not just going to take it and give it back. It's actually a transformation. You're going to transform that energy or what is coming at you into something different before you return it back.
Yes.
Just in the way that you approach it, and just acknowledging it and deciding that it's going to mean something different than what. All right, let's get into these 4 enemies. Let's go. We could talk all night long, and we don't want to because we want to go to dinner.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the 4, number 1, deception.
Have you felt deceived?
I have. And you know, the interesting thing about it, and this is the expectation part of it. When we are expecting deception, then we handle it easier, because how many of us in other situations in life where we've said we're going to do something, we said we're going to be there, we said we're going to meet somebody at a certain place and time, and we run into traffic, or the car doesn't start, or you go to get the mail and the dog gets out. All of us have those kinds of things, but when it happens, when it's your meeting or your Zoom call or your whatever, and something happens like that to someone else, you take it poorly. You think, well, that person, I can't trust them anymore. And you may just write them off. Well, I invited them and they didn't show up. So off the list they go. You felt deceived. Well, when life's on people, because it happens to all of us, just be prepared, be caring. And just reach out to them. Hey, I hope everything is okay. You missed an amazing meeting, or you missed an amazing call, or whatever it is. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Even if it was real that they blew you off, don't take it that way. Do not take it deceptively, because it's just not their time. And when it is their time, if you've written them off, somebody else is going to enroll them, and it's not going to be you. So don't let what your perceived deception, when someone no-shows on you, flakes on you, they're probably not deceiving you. Life just lifed on them probably. So give them the benefit of the doubt. And even if it did, still give them the benefit of the doubt, because at some point circumstances may change. And when they blew you off before, they may be exactly what they needed to hear is what you're extending the offer to. So don't be deceived.
Yeah. And then how about this one? What it says here, the biggest person who will deceive you is you. Yep. Have you ever decided you were going to do something and then didn't do it? Yep. Or have you ever set a goal and didn't accomplish it because you didn't do what was necessary to accomplish it? Or did you ever set your alarm clock for a certain time and you hit snooze? Well, all of those things, all of those things,
you were going to be ready, but you weren't when the time came.
Gosh, all of those things are actually, or have you ever heard of always do what you say you're going to do?
Yeah.
So that you always do what you say you're going to do is such a powerful statement in two ways. One, to the people that you're saying you're going to do it for, or that you're going to show up for, right? Because they need to be able to count on you. But more importantly, it's what you're saying to yourself.
Yes.
Because the number one person that needs to be able to trust you is you. And so that statement of always do what you say you're going to do is most important when you're coming back to yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you can't trust yourself, then you're never truly going to believe that you can accomplish the things that you truly can accomplish in life, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's with your children, whether it is with a job, or whether it's with your LifeVantage business. If you don't believe in yourself because you have taken so many dings in your own integrity against yourself,
right,
that it's difficult to be able to accomplish things you want. And so you've got to decide, make that decision, and then start with always doing what you say you're going to do, make commitments to yourself, and follow through.
Yes. One of the things I want to share with you guys is there's a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about in the book becoming 1% better every single day. And then as he gets into that point, he says, every single action you take is a vote for who you are becoming. So if you set your alarm clock at 5 a.m. and when the alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m., you reach over and hit snooze. Now, here's the thing. Your subconscious mind knew that you're probably going to hit snooze, because that's your pattern. How you do one thing is how you do all things, but you can change that. It just takes a mindset shift. So when you set the intention of getting up at 5, when that alarm goes off at 5, do what Mel Robbins does. The 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, jump out of bed. Because what's going to happen, you're going to shock yourself. Your subconscious is going to go, you're not going to get out of bed. You're going to hit snooze. And then you jump out of bed and your subconscious goes, oh, that's different. That was a vote for who you're going to become. The next day, I'm going to get out of bed at 5 o'clock. Your subconscious goes, no, you're not. Yesterday was a fluke. You're going to do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump out of bed. Your subconscious goes, oh, he did it again, or she did it again. That's another vote for who you're going to become. And eventually you will submit your subconscious into the new you. And then it just becomes who you are. The alarm clock goes off, you jump out of bed. You can reprogram your mind and stop deceiving yourself by what Marcy said. Do what you say you're going to do, especially with yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you tell somebody else, yeah, I'm going to be there, but you don't get out of, you hit the snooze every day, your alarm clock's, when your alarm clock goes off, your subconscious is going to go, you're not going to meet them there. You're going to come up with an excuse. And guess what? You do. That's the best way to understand this happens. Switch it. Every single action you take is a vote for who you're becoming. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Highly, highly, highly recommend.
So if there's an action that you're going to expect of someone else to do, make sure that you're doing it first.
Ooh, you mean the integrity thing?
Yeah.
Good one. Yes.
Yeah. So think about that with your kids. If you have kids, if you expect your kids to get up without hitting snooze, then we better show the example, right?
That's right.
So don't be deceptive to yourself. Know that you truly can do anything that you want to do when you put your mind to. So don't let that subconscious, that old story, those old experiences that you've had deceive you into thinking that you can't, because you absolutely can.
Because those were just old votes for the old you.
Yep. And you are a new you going into 2022.
That was good. You're a poet.
Didn't even know it. All right, number two. Rejection. How many of you like to be rejected? How many of you like to hear that word, that 2-letter word? Who cares about 4-letter words? 2-letter word that it stings when you get told no, right? That rejection, it's like, I remember in the beginning, and it's not so much anymore, it's just because I've gone through a lot of no's, right? And in the beginning though, that rejection can be like, oh my gosh, I told you didn't want to do that. Nobody's going to want to be your friend. It's like, they don't want what you have. That rejection is such a burning, it hurts, right? And it's going to happen. And so if we just are aware of it, like Dondi said in the very beginning, that it happens. You get more no's in this business than you do yeses, but you want to go through those no's so that you can get to the yeses. And sometimes the yeses aren't even 100% real yeses, right? And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But just know that rejection is part of network marketing, and yet people don't believe that.
Right.
It's like, and that can be a deception too, because you're like, well, I'm special. My friends love me and they're going to say yes to me, right?
Sure.
That's kind of a deception of rejection. So just know that rejection comes to every single one of us. It's not just you. And it is definitely one of the great enemies of network marketing.
If not it definitely hurts the most, because usually the people that reject you are the people you're closest to, because they know you. And this is new for you. This is, oh, what's he getting into this time? And it becomes kind of a joke, especially if you make lots of changes in your life. And a lot of times entrepreneurs do. But let me prepare you for something, because one of the things about rejection is that when you know it's going to happen, and you know it's going to come from the people that are closest to you, you just have to expect it. But here's the thing. If you look at network marketing in general and LifeVantage specifically, and ask yourself this question. If you asked 100 people, in just 100 strangers, would you like to have more money than you have now? You'll probably get 95 to 100 that say yes. Okay. There's the business side of network marketing. If you ask 100 people, would you like to have better health than you have right now? You'll probably get 95 to 100 people that would say yes. So there's the product side of it. And I said, ask, would you like to have more freedom in your employment? In other words, decide when you go to work, when you don't, when you get off work, who you hang out with, and those kinds of things, and how much money you make. Probably 95 to 100% of people would say yes. So there's the freedom part of that. There's the leveraged income. So if 95 to 100% of people want better health, want to make more money, and would love more freedom, why do they say no to us? And here's something you may not understand. It may be how you're selling it. It may be your posture. And I'm going to share with you my personal experience. When I first got involved in network marketing, I didn't call it network marketing. I told people that I was into health and prosperity solutions because I was embarrassed that it was network marketing. So do you think if I was embarrassed inside, no matter what I said, do you think it probably came out in my tone or my body language or my eye contact or something? If deep rooted, I'm embarrassed, of course it did. Well, here's the thing. Once I said, now when someone says, oh, is this one of those pyramid schemes? That's like, well, what do you know about pyramid schemes? excitedly, not defensively, excitedly. Oh, it's one of those things that you get involved and you get people involved, and then they get people involved, and then they get people involved, and you make lots of money. So if I would have been defensive, I never would have thought that that person had a positive experience or positive definition of network of pyramid schemes. Whereas I've said the other side is that one of those pyramid schemes, and I go, no, not really. And I instantly started to backtrack. And what kind of happened? Now I'm getting defensive, which means my credibility and my belief just started to go down. So think about your own posture. Now, is that one of those network marketing MLM things? And I was like, it absolutely is. What do you know about them? Totally catches them off guard because they're thinking I'm going to get defensive. Nobody is going to tell me anything negative about network marketing because I know what they don't. Their disbelief's not going to change mine. So it comes across in posture. So here's the thing. Don't reject your own opportunity by lack of belief and lack of posture, but be prepared for rejection because you're going to get it way more than you don't. That is just, even the best people in the industry get rejected 6 to 7 times out of 10. It's just what it is because most people don't think like entrepreneurs. Most people think like employees, and something new means uncertain, don't really know if it's going to work out, uncertainty. Whereas an employment job, they know when to show up, when to leave, and how much they're going to get paid. There's a lot of certainty in that. So give yourself permission to be rejected and love it because the next no you get, and then the next no, you're getting closer to a yes. So embrace every no with posture, with confidence, and with a smile. Don't let the rejection get you down.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That was so good. And by the way, guys, do you know how to make rejection a lot easier? Using your third-party validators.
Yes.
Because if you use the team, the second T of ITT, and they tell your team member, well, you know, I just don't think I'm interested. It's not like they're rejecting you. It's just they're rejecting the opportunity, right? So that's another reason why using that third step in the ITT is so vitally important, is that it takes the rejection sting out of it.
Yeah.
And it really saves your relationship as well, because a lot of times when you feel rejected, you start treating them differently. They're not necessarily treating you differently, but you are, right? So use that third-party validator. So number 3 is dream stealers. Anybody have one of those? Let me know. Give us a comment in the comments. Something down there about a dream stealer or something. I don't know.
Or a herd of them.
Yeah.
Or a gaggle.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. A tribe of dream stealers.
Yeah. A herd. Right. We could keep on going there. The dream stealers, you know, it's really interesting. I love this saying down there. The common men love other common men because they justify each other's averageness. Meaning the people that you've hung out with for your whole entire life that are doing the same status quo, and you come in and have big dreams, have extended a grander vision, and just know that there is more for you out there. That starts to, you know, make them feel a little uncomfortable because they're comfortable where they are.
Right. Well,
and,
I mean,
and they don't think that they can do
very
anymore.
Comfortable.
Well, comfortable is scary.
It is. Well, to entrepreneurs, it's the worst possible thing because you're growing only in your discomfort. But to your average person, comfortable is home. They don't like being discomfort. That's the difference between an entrepreneur mindset and an employee mindset. Is entrepreneurs are comfortable and accustomed to being uncomfortable. It means they're growing because with the greatest risk comes the greatest reward. Now, be intelligent about it, obviously, but dream stealers are everywhere. In fact, I read an article about what people post on social media. If somebody says, I got a new job or I got a raise in my job, they have 6 times more likes and comments than the people that said, I started a new business.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
That's in the same group of friends, same friends, however many friends you have on Facebook, it's the same group of friends, the same posts go out, 6 times more likes and comments to people either getting a new job or getting a raise in their current job than starting a new business.
Yeah.
You start a new business, crickets among your friends because they don't see themselves, or you starting a new business threatens their security. Oh, you're better than us?
Yes.
That's the kind of stuff that happens. It's the deception thing. It's because they say misery loves company. Well, so does mediocrity. Mediocrity loves company. And it's not that you are, people will try to, it's a fact of nature. You've seen the crab complex. You put crabs in a bucket, the other crabs won't let the crab jump out because they want them back in there. They love company. They love stagnation. They love mediocrity. That's just the world, guys. Dream stealers are everywhere and they hang out together. So don't be deceived by them. Don't be rejected by them. Don't be derailed by them. Just know they're there and they're trying to pop your balloon.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
And I truly believe that inside of them, they want more too, but they're afraid and they don't have the belief, and they're deceiving themselves into thinking that they either deserve more, worthy of more, or can do more. And so maybe by you overcoming this enemy of the dream stealer, you can do that parlay movement again, right? You can put it back to them as an example of what they could potentially do if they're willing to get a little uncomfortable and step outside of that box.
Yeah. The follow-up to the whole getting a new job, getting a raise in your current job versus starting your business, it's 6 times more people like and comment. But here's the interesting follow-up to that. Once you do that, they're probably not going to continue to follow that journey in your new job or your raise. But if you started your new business, they are watching in silence much more astutely than they did with your post about getting a new job. So here's the silver lining in here. Be consistent. Put effort into your business, because as you get successful and they watch your journey, Marcy just enrolled somebody this month with that exact same process. She was watching Marcy's life just be awesome and all the places she was traveling. And she saw what Marcy had, didn't understand it, but wanted it, and enrolled on an elite pack this month.
After she came to Vision Summit.
After she came to Vision Summit.
She had not seen anything.
Last month.
And she came to Vision Summit with us for just one of the days. And she's like, this is, I'm in.
Yeah.
So there's the power of that too. A little plug for Vision Summit there.
Yes, the greatest revenge to your dream stealers, and don't think you're being vengeful, but the greatest revenge of your naysayers is to go out and be successful, because they will watch you do it and then they'll want it too, especially if you have a strong relationship with them. So the best thing you can do is go be successful.
And then turning that again into a friend, instead of it being revenge, it could be the greatest gift that you give to your dream stealers, because maybe then they'll start to dream too. So,
yes.
All right. And number 4, attrition. Do you guys know what that means? Attrition is when you bring people into your business and then they decide to either stop or go elsewhere. It happens. It's just
part of the game.
It's like that grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Really, grass is greener where you water it.
True.
Right? The grass is greener where you work it, where you take care of it. But seriously, you don't need everyone that you recruit into your business to stay with you. And it's good to have the proper expectation in the beginning to know that the people that start with you are probably not the ones that are going to follow through the journey with you. You are going to be rebuilding teams over and over and over consistently, and looking for those people that say yes, because they want to be the eagles that soar into their vision and changing this world and into their purpose and everything that they see that they can do. And so just know that not everybody that starts with you is going to stay with you.
Yeah, it's just how it is. I was looking for this video that I thought would be really cool to play for this. It's a car commercial, or it was a truck commercial. But there was a dog in the back of an old beat up truck, and they pull up to a stoplight next to a brand new truck. And the dog looks over in the other truck and jumps out of his truck into the bed of the other truck. And the owner was just like totally dumbfounded, because that's what happens. People will see something shiny and new and different, and
maybe
the
faster. They
is
think
there.
it's faster.
Yes, they're going
never
to. Their business
faster,
is growing
guys.
faster because they see somebody on social media and their reels, their TikTok reels, and they're growing, or whatever their perception is. But like Marcy said, the grass grows where you water it. But it's a common thing. Attrition is extremely common. So don't get, pardon my expression, butthurt when someone leaves your team and goes to another company. Even if they take leaders with them, it just is what it is. But here's the thing. If it happens to you, at some point, it will also happen for you.
Yes.
Someone will leave another company and come here. Now, we don't recruit people out of other companies. That's not our intent, but we do have a pretty phenomenal business opportunity. We do have a pretty phenomenal compensation plan, arguably the best in the industry. And we do have some pretty phenomenal products, the only scientifically validated products in the industry. So we are definitely a silver shiny object to people in other network marketing companies. But we are also we handle those kinds of things differently. We are home for those kinds of people. Yes. So if it ever happens to you, realize that it's just a matter of time before that you get reciprocated on the other end.
Yeah. And just know that you truly are in the right place at the right time with the right people.
Yes, you are.
And when Dondi mentions, maybe it's faster or it's shinier or something like that, just know that the fast and shiny can get dull really fast and slow even faster. Yeah. So we know what we have here. The other thing that helps grass grow is manure. Do y'all know what manure is?
Yes, I love what Mary Ellen said.
It's poop. What did she
said?
Say?
Grass is greener on the other side till you discover it's artificial turf.
Right. That's so good.
So
that
true,
is Mary Ellen. Good. So what I was going to say about manure and with it, manure is poop. Okay. And grass grows greener when you use manure. And so what I'm talking about is this is not an easy type of a business to build. You're going to have a lot of poopy moments, a lot of crap that comes along, and maybe even a little bit of shit.
Is
grit.
There you go.
Right. Grit. But just know that it is growing you into who you need to be able to grow the type of business that you truly want to have, because you will attract the type of people that you are growing yourself into.
Yes.
So go through all 4 of these great enemies, learn them, expect them, become friends with them, because you'll know how to work with them. And it really will give you the foundation that you need to become a great leader and duplicate helping other people learn how to handle these 4 things as well. Just create friends out of them.
Mm-hmm. Turn your blisters into calluses.
Oh, I thought you were going to say turn your blisters into sisters. Sorry.
I've never heard that term before.
Me either, but it just popped in my head. So I had to share it. Sorry, guys.
Turn your blisters into sisters. Anyway. Wow. Yeah. Blisters are amateurs. Calluses are professionals. So the thing with attrition, it's going to happen to you. Don't let it turn into a blister that pops in your hands and ruins your day. I don't know where I got the blister analogy, but if you look at the hands of masters, they've got calluses. You look at the hands of apprentices and journeyman people.
They've been shoveling the shishi.
Yeah, what she said. Turn your blisters into calluses. It's just a matter of consistency, like Tom said.
Yes.
Go through it, grow, and be consistent.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. Well, those are the 4 great enemies of network marketing. We wanted to make sure that you all had this in your tool belt as we move forward through the holidays, because we know that you're going to be sharing this information with people that you come in contact with, because when you're passionate about something and people need help with something, it's hard not to, right?
True.
And so it's good for you to be aware of these 4 great enemies, because more than likely you'll encounter at least one of them over the next couple of weeks when you're spending time with friends and family, because again, it's friends and family that are generally the greatest bearers of these things. But we love you guys. We are going to head out to go get some food for our anniversary. So he's the
Lucky
most amazing
8.
man in the world for me. All right, guys, we love you. Have a great night and Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy Hanukkah and happy holidays to every single one of you. We love and care about you, and we will see you next Monday, if not before, or 5 a.m. tomorrow if you're going to be on the Philippines Zoom. All right, love you guys.
God bless everybody. Good
Bye.
night. Merry Christmas.